Okay, good afternoon. My name is Kelly Wang, and I am working as a curriculum designer at Duolingo language app. And I'm super excited being part of this Bridging to China project. So today I am going to tell something about this Chinese foldable painting art. It was a house moving gift from my friend Winnie. Um, from the first look at it, it's look like a book. If you unfold it, it is more like a miniature room divider. And then this actually painting carries more meaning than its size suggested. And also in China, gifts travels with stories folded inside them, and just like this one does. So if you unfold this, on the left side of the painting, it is a Chinese poem. So this poem actually describes the poet receiving beautiful autumn wine from his friend. He drinks it by leaning against the window, surrounded by the beautiful autumn flowers and the amazing scenery. And so so the wine, the chrysanthemums, and also the beautiful sceneries made him feel like he is in a very pure, elegant, and almost world otherworldly place. So, um, and also um, this 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 painting, if you can see it, is painted with peony, and that's the calligraphy. If you look closely, you will see, you will notice there's no acupuncture. Sorry, no acupuncture. If you look at it closely, you will notice there's no punctuation. Because in classical Chinese writing, so this meaning carried by rhythm and also the context. So even though you don't understand it, but you will know what I mean. If I read this, you will know. 西域夜酿花，光来衬北窗，凉为君小斋，蜀葵黄。You will see the end rhyme is on. So when you reach on the sound, you will know, okay, it's right time to pause. So it is pretty interesting because with um with the absence of a punctuation, this poem actually more flowing and it's more open for people to interpret. That's why I like this poem. And also this actually belonged to the old Chinese tradition. When in ancient times, when people gathered, especially the scholars gathered, they didn't just sit and talk. So they sung songs, they wrote poems, and they comment on another people's work. Um, so like painting art like this, most of people can carry that in their like long, very wide, baggy robes, sleeves, just like this. But actually, this is not a proper one because in Asian China, well, people usually have another inner layer of their sleeve. So this portable painting art can be like tucked neatly inside their sleeve. So during their gathering or their meeting, if you met someone you're really feel like drawn to, you can just like pull out this foldable painting art and wrote something love verse for him, for her, or for them nowadays. And then after after you done that, you can just like sneakily like pass it over onto the table to that person you fancy. So it is quite romantic way. That's why I want to share this. And also there's another story actually behind this. A mutual friend of me and Winnie, a friend who gave me this, received the same gift from Winnie, but on her the painting, so the artist sort of accidentally left out a Chinese character meaning way, like danger. And then she added back to that verse in a very visible way. So that word like formed a line by itself. So it's very visible. So when my friend received this, she just like, you can see her face like awkward because in Chinese people really very sensitive or almost sophisticated, like about um those any character sounds inauspicious or unlucky, especially for a housewarming gift. You give somebody, you like this word way means danger. Seems like they associate danger with the safety of their house. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's actually, there's another thing. It's very fascinated. Um, so because there's how they got in this poem they mention about the chrysanthemums. Like when I remembered when I was dating with my boyfriend, is Irish, so he sent me a white chrysanthemums as a gift on our second time dating. Which I was not really happy with because white chrysanthemums in China is almost exclusively for funeral. So well, again, well, I sort of acted in a very Chinese way, like emotional sequence, like, okay, I just, okay, very awkward. Yeah, well, thank you so much for giving this. That's very kind of you. But you know what? Next time, maybe like do a little bit more research. You want to like smooth it over. Um, but it's quite interesting. But from this experience, I sort of know um like different stuff in different cultures can mean different things. And also, Chinese people, especially in gifting cultures, is very the sort of symbolism to them is a big thing. So I'm not sure if you have this experience. If Chinese friends give you a gift, they will say, "Oh, this um, means such, means auspicious, or means prosperity, or means rich, means good future, or good fortune, or something." So yeah, how um, that's whenever I see this, all those life experiences sort of just come vivid to me. He do this. He did it as a good will, as a good meaning. So I know that. So from this experience, I know like how relationship expresses the self in different cultures. Actually, that's sort of leading to another stories um, about how people experience their friendship or in different ways. When my graduation ceremony, I invited both my local friends and Chinese friends to my ceremony. When my Chinese friends arrived, they sort of um, they were really plain clothes, sort of like understated. Because later they told me that they should be mine and they wanted me to shine. So they deliberately wearing something um, really like not many colors and also sort of a less attention drawing. But meanwhile, when my local friends arrived, they were in their finest outfits and then full of color and also in their all their glories. Again, to them, they said the best way to honor this moment was to dress up and to share the joy with me. So from that, I realized actually both sides sort of value our friendship, but one is sort of like step back and the other is like step forward. But both sides sort of like standing beside me, and that the only difference was I think a different way to express their feelings, different way um to the sort of like their way to show their care and show their love, their same affection, I think. See, Chinese calligraphy is not just text. I think it is art. that is why with this poem, the calligraphy, you don't need a punctuation to pause, to stop. You will know. Um, Again, for this calligraphies, whoever wrote this, from the way they wrote, you sort of can tell their character, they're quick tempered or they're um slow tempered, like the way they pause um the stroke, the brush stroke. You sort of know this guy is like you sort of can tell his or her character basically. um and also the calligraphy, the other thing really fascinated me is you don't need punctuation, you don't need any sort of um form to basically, like different people can have different interpretation for same calligraphy, and you can read, you even can read your past experience just through one calligraphy. That's the beauty of this. But when I was a kid, I sort of hated this because I was forced to practice the brushstroke, that what's the right way, the best practice to, you have even just like one brushstroke, you kind of need to practice a week. I hate it, but the 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 older I grew up, I sort of I got it why um we sort of need to learn um to draw. I don't say write calligraphy or draw this calligraphy, because it's sort of a way can develop, help to cultivate your own temper, um, and also it is a traditional Chinese culture that for older generation probably want young generation to remember that, um, and also that's my sense of belongings. Like whenever you write the calligraphy, people sort of know, okay, your roots in China, and you know your culture better. I found this project is very meaningful because so this project is not just like we're sitting here and showcasing things to people or explaining Chinese culture to people. It's not just like that. It is more creating spaces, so where experiences like ours can be placed side by side, not compare them, but you um, from like from those two cultures sitting together or two items sitting together, you sort of know um, what you try to express, your own identity, your sense of belongings, or even how people, like what I talk about, the giving culture, how people give, how people receive, and how people like remember, care, in different ways. And I quite like um, the the project name called Bridging to China. So like bridging, it's like an object form, like how to put it, um like gifts can be acted the bridges, words can be acted the bridges, even this project can be acted the bridges. So all those projects, all those items we were discussed before, um or shows who we are, or show like where we belong to, and also um as and also like for us, we're living abroad, we sort of bring something back from home to here, and also sort of spread something to my hometown. Yeah, I find it's very, very fascinating.